Intergenerational poverty refers to the poverty induced by the socially economically challenged background of a person's parents. This is one of the challenges facing regional leaders. As part of government's mandate to seek the interest of the poor and most vulnerable people in Grenada, the Ministry of Social Development says the Seed Safety Net program, when rolled out, will make a significant dent in tackling rural poverty by breaking the cycle of dependency due to intergenerational poverty. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and the Environment, Mrs. Marina Jessamy, addressed the issue during a recent interview.
Intergenerational poverty comes when we do not take time and we do not have sustained income and sustained earnings. Because if a family does not have sustained earnings, you cannot really invest properly in food and nutrition security, that is proper food and nutrition security, in your health and education. We know that what we can do at least is to lift people out of extreme poverty. But to break the cycle of poverty, you need to be able to help persons to earn sustainably and have sustainable livelihoods.
Seeds manager Mrs. Leonora George Buckmeyer says the program will not only provide financial assistance to eligible people, but will also ensure that they are empowered to help themselves.
Well, Seed is giving them the fish as well as teaching them how to fish for sustainability. So Seed addresses short-term as well as long-term conditions of poverty. And that is how we hope to break the generational cycle of poverty by working with families. That's why we are targeting families and not individuals.
Mrs. George Buckmeyer says this year's awardees of the government's assistance will also be required to adhere to regulations stipulated in the contract they are expected to sign. She explains the need for such a contract.
And the reform, it's a conditional cash transfer, it's not just automatic. And the responsibilities would be in terms of getting themselves, assisting us to get themselves out of poverty. So the contract would be binding in terms of ensuring that they do what is expected, that they comply. So that's why we would have the contract.
In preparation for full implementation of the SEED program, the Ministry of Social Development has embarked on an educational drive through the island to inform beneficiaries on what is required of them. The ministry is encouraging people to attend these sessions as it is in their best interest to do so. Oslin Crosby, GBN News.